In this story, you'll see how a boy discovers his hidden talent and gains confidence through art. Hammad was a 15-year-old boy, living in a bustling city filled with towering skyscrapers, honking traffic, and people rushing about. To the outside world, it seemed like a city brimming with life and opportunity. But for Hammad, it often felt like a lonely place. At school, he struggled, particularly with subjects like math and science. Numbers and formulas seemed like a foreign language he could never quite grasp, no matter how much he tried. As a result, his grades were consistently poor. His teachers frequently scolded him, labeling him lazy and uninterested. The words stung, especially because Hammad knew deep down he wasn't lazy. He just didn't fit the mold of a perfect student. His classmates weren't any kinder, often mocking him during class or avoiding him altogether. Even at home, the pressure didn't ease. His parents, disappointed by his grades, often compared him to his elder brother, a top student who excelled in everything. "Why can't you be more like him?" they would ask, their voices heavy with frustration. Hammad didn't have an answer. He felt like an outsider in his own family, always falling short of their expectations. But Hammad had a secret. While the world seemed determined to judge him by his report card, he had discovered a world where he felt free. Painting. In his small, cluttered room, surrounded by paint bottles, brushes, and sheets of paper, Hammad would lose himself in colors and creativity. His artwork often told stories no one else could imagine. He would paint vibrant cityscapes where the chaos of traffic turned into harmonious dance and the dull gray skies were replaced by brilliant shades of orange, purple, and gold. One day, a new art teacher, Miss Minsha, joined Hammad's school. She was different from the other teachers, gentle yet firm, with a way of noticing the unnoticed. During an art class, she observed Hammad sitting quietly in the corner, sketching intently, while the rest of the class chatted or fooled around. Intrigued, she walked over and saw what he was drawing. It was a breathtaking depiction of the city at night, illuminated by fireworks and stars, with an almost magical quality to it. "Who made this?" Miss Minsha asked, holding up the sketch. The class went silent, and all eyes turned to Hammad. Someone snickered. "He's just wasting time." Miss Minsha shook her head. "No, this isn't wasting time. This is a gift," she said, her voice warm and encouraging. She asked Hammad to stay after class, and for the first time, someone genuinely listened to him. Hammad shared how misunderstood he felt, and how painting was his escape from the harshness of the world. Miss Minsha smiled and said, "Hammad, you see the world differently, and that's something to be proud of. But the world won't see it unless you believe in yourself first." A challenge to shine. The following week, Ms. Minsha announced an art competition. The theme was, "Your City Through Your Eyes." Hammad hesitated at first. What if no one liked his work? What if he failed again? But Ms. Minsha's words lingered in his mind, and for the first time, he decided to take a chance. He spent days working on his piece, pouring every emotion he had into it. His painting wasn't just a depiction of the city, it was a vision of what it could be, a place of unity, hope, and acceptance, where everyone was valued for who they were. When the day of the competition arrived, Hammad nervously submitted his painting. As the judges walked around, he tried to blend into the crowd, fearing their reactions. But when they reached his painting, they stopped. Murmurs of admiration spread through the room. Hammad's artwork stood out, not just for its technique, but for the powerful story it told. The announcement came, and Hammad was declared the winner. His painting was displayed in the school's main hall for everyone to see. For the first time in his life, Hammad felt seen, not as a failure, but as someone with something valuable to offer. A new beginning, Hammad's parents attended the award ceremony, watching as their son received a standing ovation. Seeing the pride on his face, they realized how unfair they had been. That evening, they apologized for comparing him to his brother and promised to support his dreams. The school also introduced a special art program inspired by Hammad's story to nurture creative talents. From that day on, Hammad's life transformed. He became more confident, no longer afraid to show the world his talent. He continued to paint, creating pieces that inspired others to embrace their uniqueness. And whenever someone doubted themselves, he would share his story, reminding them that everyone has their own way of shining.